So, hey, welcome back to Notion to Sew. And normally, this channel is about reviewing sewing notions and tools, but it is March 28th, 2020. And I gotta admit, I'm not in the mood for sewing anything for myself because we are in the midst of this coronavirus pandemic. As you can see, I've got my my quarantine outfit on. And I'm going a little stir crazy. I do have to admit, I am not one to sit around. In fact, even if I'm watching anything on Netflix or Hulu or YouTube, I'm usually doing something else, which is usually sewing. Like, I just can't sit and watch. I can't sit and do one thing at a time. So that might be a little bit of my own craziness that I got to work on. I admit it. But I'm feeling good today. Even if I was sick, Lord heaven help me, even if I, happen to become ill, I would still be doing the same thing, hopefully, as long as the Lord would allow. So what I decided, and what a lot of other people in the sewing community have decided to do, is sew some masks. And I know the masks that I can sew are not going to be good enough for the medical community. However, they have been asking us to make some masks, and I'm going to send them. I have some addresses on where I can send them, and if they can use them, great. If not, maybe they can give them to their friends and family. But I'm going to make as many masks as I possibly can. I've already run out of elastic. I ordered some more, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so this week it's all about making as many masks as I possibly can so I don't go crazy myself. Pray for me, y'all, and I will be praying for you. Okay, so I tested out a lot of different ways, well, not a lot, a couple of different ways to make these masks, and this is the way that I decided made the most sense to me. So this is the part that covers your nose and your mouth, and then the two elastic pieces go around your head. And if you would like to know how to make these, I'll include a link in the description to the tutorial that I followed. But I'm showing you, oops, what is that? Just showing you the kind of mask that I decided I'm going to make. So what I thought, and the way I made these a little bit different, was that the outside layer is a woven, and then inside is like this quilting batting, and then close to your face it's a nice soft jersey knit. So leave it to me to make something harder than it needs to be. I just decided to really challenge myself with being able to sew faster, because these masks, I know they are needed by people right away. I know that I am super slow at sewing, so I'm just challenging myself to figure out a way how to make these as quick as possible. So I know pinning is one thing that some people decide not to do to make things go a little quicker. I'm not that good yet, but I have everything pinned. This is the outside piece, and then this is the inside piece with the lining together. So I'm gonna just try to sew them all. So one way that I know I can save time on is I've already finished sewing this piece, and I'm not going to cut my thread. I'm just going to leave it hanging and then put the next piece in. Just put the next piece in and sew it all together. So now I have sewed all these together, and I realized that I still have to cut all the threads, so I don't know how much time it really saved, but well, we'll see. Hey, so I just thought I would pop in here to share my thoughts about this whole cloth mask situation. And yes, I did my hair and my makeup just for this video, just for y'all. So, and it felt good to like feel like a person again in the first place. About this whole mask situation. One second. So about this whole mask situation, one, I think it is really, really important to wear a mask, especially if you're in a closed, confined environment like the grocery store or the doctor's office or anywhere where you know it's going to be unavoidable to be in close proximity to people. So my thoughts on these masks, because I've seen a lot of masks that are for sale on Etsy and all of these other places. So I just wanted to pop in here to give you some thoughts to consider. And I have been making masks like crazy. I've been making them for my friends and family, and pretty much for anyone who asks me, I try to make them. And because I can sew, and I did a lot of research on this, well, as many articles as I could stand to read on how I can make the best mask with the stuff that I had. And what I came up with is to make a mask that is 3 different layers. The outside layer is a really tightly woven knit, like this one. And then the inside layer is this quilting batting. And then the inside, which is close to your face, I want it to be nice and soft, which is a really nice jersey knit, which is a really, really thin, super thin knit. So that's only really for comfort. So this is the finished product. It's really a really good shape. It fits over your nose and your mouth really nicely. And the reason why I came with this design, because I know that there are a lot of masks out there who they're marketing them as having filters. And yes, a filter is good, but the one thing to really think about when you're wearing your mask is that you can only wear it one time before you have to wash it. The filters are not washable, so you can wear it once, take the filter out, then you have to put in a new filter. And so what I've started doing is that as soon as I leave the grocery store, as soon as I walk out of the store, before I get into my car, I wear my mask, obviously, in wherever I'm going, but I take my mask off, put it in a Ziploc bag before I get into the car, because you have to think if there's stuff on the outside that could have, that might be bad for you. Maybe. So I put it in a Ziploc bag and I stick it in the washer. The thing about the masks that are filtered is that they're not washable. You can't wash them. So these you can wear again and again. They're very washable. You can even stick them in the dryer if you want. I just hang mine to dry because I don't like drying too much of anything. And yeah, so I just have a couple of these in my rotation. I don't have many places to go, fortunately. I do walk my dog every single day, and until allergy season, I don't normally wear a mask at all. But aside from that, I've been having most of my groceries get delivered. But occasionally I do have to go someplace where I need to get something, like if the delivery service didn't have exactly what I needed, so I might have to go to the grocery store. Bring this to your attention if you've been seeing the different styles of masks that are available, and just some thoughts to really think about. But I think the most important thing is that it is reusable and washable. Now, granted, this mask is not going to filter out everything, but I'm just hoping that with the 3 different layers, it's going to be much more effective than not having anything. And definitely, I've seen people that are wear their masks on their head or on their neck. And I mean, all that is just terrible. Just wear your mask to the place that you need to go. Don't take it off until you get into the car or whatever your mode of transportation is. Then immediately wash it so it's fresh for the next time when you wear it. So here I'm just showing the fit that ended up pretty nicely for this mask. It fits my face really well. It contours my nose and my mouth very nicely with no gap. And then the straps go on the top of my head and around my neck so that it's pulled tightly around my nose and then also my mouth. So I thought it ended up with a really nice fit.